What's up guys, it's Danta, and well, in today's video we are going to talk about how to gear up your character in a fast and efficient way. So this video is mostly for those that just hit level 60, or for those that, you know, took a break somewhere in Shadowlands because it was awful and just decided to come back for season 4. Maybe to check out the patch, or, you know, maybe get ready for Dragonflight. Season 4 of Shadowlands has been out for over 4 weeks now, and I gotta say, it's actually a decent patch. Especially considering everything else except the start of Shadowlands was, well... But anyway, I don't want to make the intro too long, so let's just get started with the video. So, you just hit level 60, and now you are just walking around in Oribos with either questing gear or heirlooms, or maybe PvP gear. So, what can you do to increase your item level to the point where you can do some mythic zeros? Well, there are 2 things that you can do to reach that point very fast. The fastest method, also the one that I recommend the most, is by just going to the auction house and buying all the 233 item level gear that you can. Don't worry, it's not 100k or anything like that, it's actually very cheap. You can get a full set of 233 item level gear for probably 4 to 7k gold. Now if you've been leveling to level 60, you will easily have that money on your character. Now it's not only cheap, it will also really boost your item level up very quickly. That's actually it for method 1. Now method 2 is more something that I would recommend to someone that's returning to World of Warcraft. So let's say someone took a break somewhere during the Nephria patch and he decided to come back, check out season 4 or get ready for Dragonflight. The first thing that he or she notices is that survival hunters are broken as fuck. So that person is probably going to level a survival hunter, and whenever that character is level 60, what you can do basically is log on to your main if it has any anima left and go to Zereth Mortis and buy those 226 item level pieces for 500 anima per piece. That's how you can gear up your character as well. But as I said before, I would still recommend method 1 because it's just way faster, and to be honest, it's very cheap. Now before any of you are going into the comment section and are going to say like, oh yeah, well, there are no 233 item level weapons on your auction house. You're a fucking liar. Yeah, you're right. There are no 233 item level weapons on the auction house, so you gotta buy the 226. I'm sorry. So what I would recommend you do after having done either one of those methods to reach either 226 or 233 item level, is that you go to Zereth Mortis and start the main quest there. Whenever you complete the main quest, you are going to get a legendary belt, which is 265 item level. Now this is only for those that have never been to Zereth Mortis or have never farmed reputation for the new faction in Zereth Mortis, because if you have farmed reputation and if you have reached revert with them, and you bought the Unity legendary, then you can skip this entire part because you are able to make your second legendary straight away whenever you hit level 60. Now, for those that are confused right now, I'll have a link in the description below, which will explain basically everything that you need to know about legendaries. So one of my favorite ways of gearing is through Mythic Plus, and the reason why is because it allows you to go for the best in slot gear without having to wait for the weekly reset like with raiding. Now not only that, but it also allows you to upgrade the gear you get from Mythic Plus to 298 item level if you reach a 2000 Mythic Plus rating, which is not that hard to do. The best thing about Mythic Plus right now is that Blizzard has removed the Valor cap, which allows you to upgrade your gear. So you can keep running keys to farm Valor and upgrade your best in slot to 298 item level if you want. One of the ways you can gear up to 262 is by making your own Mythic Zero group and running all the Mythic Zero dungeons that Shadowlands has. Doing all these dungeons does not guarantee that you will be full 262 item level. Now if you have a guild with some high geared people and they are willing to run those dungeons with you, then you have a high chance of reaching 262 item level after running all the Mythic Zeros. However, I'd recommend doing something completely different. I geared up by doing one Mythic Zero, which was Tezevash, because that's the best dungeon that you can choose on a Mythic Zero because it has a lot of bosses. Now after doing that Mythic 0, you are going to get a +2 keystone. After that I started making my own Mythic +2 groups. So the best thing about making a +2 group is that it gets filled very fast. And most of the time it's high item level players that just want to join your group because of the valor that they get at the end. So when you make a +2 group and invite some high item level people, you will not only be able to complete the dungeon with a low item level, but you will also have a high chance of getting gear, valor, and some cosmic flux to upgrade your gear later on. Now after completing your +2, you will probably receive a +5 key. Now this is something that new people probably don't know, and maybe even some players that have been playing the game for a while neither, but you can actually decrease the keystone level that you have. So the way to do this is by going over to the Great Vault and you are going to talk to this guy. What you want to do is you want to keep saying that you want a lower keystone, and well, eventually you will have a +2 again. So basically keep running those +2s till you have either your best in slots or till you think by yourself, well, I'm done with running +2s, I want to try to push higher keys. Or if you are someone like me and you've been running Junkyard for like 100+ times for the damn two-handed weapon, then well, you probably want to stop doing those as well. So anyway, as I said before, it's a great way to chase for your biz and to farm valor, but some people are probably going to wonder now how they can get their best in slots from dungeons when they actually need their set pieces. That's where the catalyst comes in. So in the Zereth Mortis patch, Blizzard implemented a system where you can convert your armor piece into a set piece. The way to do this is by having a certain amount of cosmic flux. Now, for those that don't know, cosmic flux is something that drops from everything. So you can do dungeons and you get some cosmic flux at the end, some PvP. You can go to Zereth Mortis, fly around, open up some treasures. Everything drops cosmic flux. Whenever you have enough, you want to go to the catalyst in Zereth Mortis. Now if you place, for example, a chest in it, and hit convert, it will give you a chest tier piece, which you can still upgrade to a max of 298 item level. Now this is still my most recommended way to gear up. However, there are still some other things that you can do to boost your item level up. Next up we have raiding. So raiding can be a way to gear up too, but if it's just as fast as doing Mythic Plus, I'd say no. There's actually one reason I'm doing each of those Faited Raids at least once, and well, that's because you get a Slime Tiger mount. That's actually all there is to it. If you didn't get a mount for it, I wouldn't even have entered any of those 3 raids again. Especially since I've done them all on Heroic anyway, but there's just, in my opinion, no reason to do it except for the mount. You got multiple ways to gear up in raiding. You can start doing LFR, but yeah, just don't, because if I were you, I would not even try it. You can probably do 10 Mythic Plus dungeons in the time you are going to finish 1 LFR wing. Now, raiding normal is alright to try to get some decent gear, especially if you are able to find a guild that does some runs weekly. Same thing counts for heroic raiding, however keep in mind that it's a weekly thing and raiding will just take way more time than running mythics. Now, even though I think that Nephria was the only fun raid this expansion, if you are someone that likes raiding, it might be a way for you to get some nice gear and maybe enjoy some content with your guildies. This is a strange one, because this can be one of the best ways to gear up if you are a PvPer. This can take you like maybe a day, depends on how good you are at PvP. This might actually be faster than Mythic Plus as well. So this is a way for the PvPers under us to gear up pretty fast. Basically, if you're someone that likes PvP and likes doing arenas or RBGs, you'll be able to gear up maybe even faster than someone gearing through Mythic Plus. The way it works right now is you do some arenas or RBGs and start increasing your ranking. The higher your ranking, the higher you can upgrade your PvP gear. So PvP gear is still bought with Conquest, and after buying a piece, you can upgrade it with honor points. So let's say you buy a 275 Conquest piece from the vendor, you can just start doing PGs and start upgrading your Conquest gear with honor points. So yeah, that's it for PvP. Like, if you are a great PvPer, you know where to gear up. It's that easy. Like, don't even bother with Mythic Plus. If you like PvP, if you are good at it, you will gear up in no time. Alright, so we gotta talk about boosting. Now, this isn't my favorite part to talk about, but it's something that's part of the game, and it has been for a while now. Basically what you can do if you're someone with a lot of money laying around on your character, so I'm not talking about real life, even though if you have enough money in real life, you can just buy all the WoW tokens that you need, convert that to gold, and then buy boosts as well. So it doesn't really matter. But let's say you have a lot of gold in game. So basically what you can do whenever you hit level 60 is you can open up the auction house, probably your Brutus SAR, because there's no way you don't have a Longboy then, but you can basically go to the auction house, buy your 304 pieces, convert it to a set piece, and you will have your best in slot tier piece at the highest item level that you can get. Now, you can also buy raid boosts, Mythic Plus boosts, arena boosts, RBG boosts, whatever. You can do all that. So let's say you want to go to a high item level very fast without doing anything. Just message someone in game that's selling boosts. That's actually all you gotta do then. Now, would I recommend doing it at this point in the expansion? No, because it's basically almost over. So it's a complete waste to do that. But if you have the money for it, I'd say if you want it, just do it, I guess. So yeah, guys, that's actually all there is to this video. As you can see, gearing is very easy, especially if you're going to make your own group. That's actually the most important thing. Just try to make your own groups if you don't have a guild or anything like that. Because if you make your own group, you will definitely be able to complete dungeons and you don't have to worry about, am I getting invited or not? I just hope that this video was helpful to some of you at least. And if you have any questions or suggestions, just leave it in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.